For many, the United States has always been more than a place. It's a symbol of opportunity, adventure, and reunion. But as of October 2025, visiting America just got a lot more expensive. A new $250 visa integrity fee now sits atop the existing $185 application fee, making the total $435 just to apply. This isn't a minor change, it's a major financial barrier, turning a dream trip into a costly gamble. For countless families, this fee is a deal-breaker, forcing them to reconsider or abandon their plans. The policy sends a clear message. The American experience is now a luxury, not a right. It's not just about the money, it's about the message of exclusivity and distance. The U.S., once a beacon of welcome, now feels less accessible than ever. For millions, the American dream is slipping further out of reach. The $250 visa integrity fee doesn't apply to everyone, but for many, it's just the latest in a series of growing expenses that make visiting the United States more challenging than ever before. This fee hits hardest for travelers from non-visa waiver program countries, places like Brazil, India, and much of Africa and Asia, where families often save for years just to afford a single trip. These travelers now face a complex, expensive process, filled with paperwork, interviews, and uncertainty, all before they even book a flight. Meanwhile, citizens of countries like the UK or Japan breeze through with a simple online form, often approved in minutes, highlighting a stark contrast in the experience. Even for those with easier access, costs are rising. Travelers are now budgeting more for fees than ever before, and the price of a U.S. visit keeps climbing. The ESTA fee, which allows short-term visits for many, has nearly doubled in recent years, catching frequent travelers off guard. And for those entering by land, the cost of border entry forms has quadrupled, making even a quick visit a costly affair. For a family of 4 from a non-VWP country, just applying for visas now costs $1,940, before flights, hotels, or any other travel expenses are even considered. For many, that's a month's salary or more, making a U.S. trip nearly impossible and forcing families to reconsider their dreams of visiting loved ones or exploring America. Students hoping to study, professionals seeking opportunities, and families wishing to reunite are all caught in this tightening net of rising costs and stricter requirements. Even Canadian residents with non-VWP citizenship aren't exempt, facing the same high fees and hurdles as those living thousands of miles away. The result? A growing divide between those who can afford to visit and those who can't, as travel to the U.S. becomes a luxury rather than a possibility for all. The American welcome is becoming a privilege, not a promise, with iconic landmarks now out of reach for many would-be visitors. The journey to the U.S. is now more difficult and more expensive than ever, leaving countless dreams on hold at the border. The U.S. government claims the new fee is about security, deterring visa overstays and funding border enforcement. Theoretically, the $250 is refundable if visitors follow the rules, but the refund process is unclear and stressful. Travelers are left uncertain if they'll ever see their money again. This policy is part of a broader trend: more fees, more barriers, and a focus on enforcement over welcome. Critics argue it punishes millions for the actions of a few, treating every visitor as a potential risk. The economic and cultural costs may outweigh any security benefits. Instead of building bridges, the U.S. is building walls, one fee at a time. The question remains, is this the best way to protect the country or just the easiest way to keep people out? The fee may be intended as a shield, but it functions more like a wall. The true impact of these rising visa fees is felt in homes around the world, touching families from every walk of life. It's not just a number on a government website, it's a real barrier that changes lives and plans in an instant. Take the Garcia family from Mexico City. After saving for a year, their dream California trip was derailed by the new $1,000 in visa fees. They had carefully budgeted every peso, cutting back on small luxuries and working extra hours, all for a chance to visit relatives and experience the magic of Disneyland together. That money was meant for Disneyland tickets and family memories, not paperwork and bureaucracy. Instead of laughter and excitement, the Garcias faced disappointment and difficult conversations with their children. The Garcias canceled their trip, and their children lost out on a promised adventure. The suitcases were unpacked, and the dreams of meeting Mickey Mouse faded away, replaced by tears and questions. Or consider a young Indian developer invited to a major U.S. tech conference. a chance to network, learn, and launch his career on a global stage. The extra fee pushed his budget over the edge, forcing him to withdraw and miss a career-changing opportunity. For him, the cost wasn't just money, it was a lost future, a door closed before he could even step through. These aren't just numbers, they're lost connections, missed milestones, and dreams deferred. Each story is a reminder that behind every application is a family, a hope, a plan for something better. Every canceled trip is a lost chance for understanding and growth, for building bridges between cultures and generations. The cost isn't just financial, it's measured in lost moments, faded hopes, and memories that will never be made. The American welcome now comes with a price tag too high for many to pay, turning what should be a dream into an impossible hurdle. For countless families, the dream is simply out of reach, and the world feels just a little smaller. The impact of these fees goes beyond travelers. It hits the American economy hard. When families like the Garcias cancel, airlines, hotels, restaurants, and attractions all lose out. Oxford Economics estimates nearly 1 million fewer visitors each year, costing the U.S. $11 billion in lost spending over 3 years. That's money that would have supported small businesses and local jobs. The policy may generate $2.7 billion in fees, but it could cost 4 times that in lost business. Fewer tourists mean fewer jobs. Up to 15,000 travel-related positions could disappear. With the 2026 FIFA World Cup approaching, these barriers could keep out thousands of fans, especially from soccer-loving nations. Instead of a global celebration, the U.S. risks empty seats and missed opportunities. The economic ripple is real, and it's growing. The cost of exclusion may be far greater than the revenue gained. The financial burden is only part of the challenge. For many travelers, the journey begins with anxiety, not excitement, as they prepare for what lies ahead. Even after paying high fees, travelers face stricter, more unpredictable border procedures, longer screenings, biometric checks, and even phone inspections. The process can feel invasive and exhausting, leaving visitors feeling more like suspects than guests. Canada has warned its citizens about these tougher U.S. entry measures, highlighting the growing anxiety. The uncertainty at the border is now a topic of conversation in many Canadian households. Entry is never guaranteed, even with all the right paperwork. Stories of denied entry circulate widely, making travelers think twice before booking a trip. Meanwhile, other countries are making it easier to visit, streamlining their processes and rolling out the red carpet for international guests. They're promoting themselves as friendlier alternatives, eager to attract visitors who feel unwelcome elsewhere. For many, the choice is clear. Why endure stress and uncertainty when other destinations offer a smoother, more pleasant experience? Why struggle with U.S. bureaucracy when Canada or Europe offers a warmer welcome and a sense of belonging from the moment you arrive? The U.S. is not just losing tourists, it's watching its once bustling attractions grow quieter. It's losing its reputation as the world's top destination, a place people once dreamed of visiting. Skilled workers and students are also looking elsewhere, seeking opportunities in countries that value their presence. They're drawn by countries eager to welcome them, where the path to success feels more open and inviting. America's barriers are pushing people away, creating a sense of exclusion that lingers long after the journey ends. Not just at the border, but in hearts and minds. The world is watching, taking note of every closed door and every missed opportunity. As travelers weigh their options, the message is clear: a nation's welcome matters. And today, more and more are choosing other doors to knock on. America stands at a crossroads: build higher walls or open more doors. Travel is about more than sightseeing. It's about connection, understanding, and shared humanity. Every visitor is a chance to build bridges, not barriers. The new visa fee sends a message of exclusion, not welcome. Is this who we want to be, a nation that turns inward, or one that thrives on openness and exchange? America's strength has always come from its diversity and its willingness to welcome the world. We risk losing something vital when we make it harder to connect. Let's advocate for policies that balance security with genuine hospitality. The American dream should be accessible to all, not just those who can afford it. Because in the end, the connections we make are worth far more than any fee.